Nestled next to the glistening mountains of Boulder, Colorado, is a sleepy subdivision called Arapahoe Ridge. You'd be hard-pressed to find a place around here with more young families, and even more hard-pressed to find a good babysitter.
Well, it was hard in the neighborhood because a lot of the families had young kids. So when you come across a babysitter that's very responsible, everybody latches on. It's almost like a fight to find a babysitter so you can go out.
Don, a cop, and his wife felt very lucky. Their neighbor, a 15-year-old baby-faced kid named Chris Deininger, fit the bill perfectly. Chris and his family had recently moved to Boulder from Italy. Chris immediately became a volunteer with the local police department, a Cub Scout, and earned straight A's.
So on paper, I mean, he was the perfect, five-star babysitter. He would come to your house, and when he would leave, the dishes would be clean, there wouldn't be any messes whatsoever, and it seemed like the kids were getting along really good with him.
We're hiding Don's identity because that perfect babysitter for his 2-year-old daughter was anything but. The revelation came one night in 2000 when Deininger knocked on Don's front door.
Well, my daughter sees him come in the house, and normally she'd go up, give him a hug, whatever it may be. She did a beeline for my wife, and she did the death grip. She wouldn't let go of either one of us. And she was trembling, she was scared, and we're like, okay, something's not right. Within a very short period of time, we get a phone call from the neighbors. Did you hear what happened? One of the neighbors, who was right the same age as my daughter, that she made a disclosure that Chris was being inappropriate, that he sexually assaulted her.
Detective Brett Callahan quickly determined the smooth-talking Deininger had babysat for more than 40 kids in the neighborhood.
They're all saying the same things. Some of them were talking about videos that were being watched while the suspect was in the house. Some of them were talking about cameras, pictures being taken of them. We also had some of the victims that we brought in for medical examinations that we found evidence of sexual assault.
Detective Callahan now had enough to arrest Deininger, but it was too late. While Deininger's family stayed around, authorities say they helped their son find a safe haven.
Eventually, I was able to track him down to Seattle, and then through his attorney, they surrendered him to us so he could be taken to jail.
Deininger didn't stay in jail for long. For one, he was a juvenile. And two, prosecutors didn't want to put toddlers on the stand and re-victimize them. To avoid jail, Deininger pled guilty to molesting 3 girls and was classified as an adult, the most dangerous type of sex offender. He was placed in a treatment center, then a halfway house, and was supervised daily.
He was followed various times that he wasn't aware of, like going to work, coming to probation, going to school.
That level of supervision was necessary, particularly in light of the bombshell Deininger revealed to his probation officer.
He shared there was multiple victims. There was a large number of victims, over 29.
29 victims. But Deininger didn't stick around to admit to anything else. In April of 2005, after he withdrew $7 grand from a bank account he shared with his dad, cops say he boarded a plane to London and disappeared. Just last year, Interpol learned that in May of 2005, Deininger stayed at a Swiss hotel, but he could be anywhere now.
Christopher Ward Deininger has a red notice for attempting to commit sex crimes and crimes against children.
That's why Interpol has put out this video warning people all over the world Deininger is probably still preying on children. You can help stop him tonight. Chris Deininger is now 26 years old. He's computer savvy and plays the game Magic the Gathering online. He loves books by the author Robert Jordan. He's used the alias Rune Machera and could be anywhere in the world. If you know where Chris Deininger is, please call our hotline at 1-800-CRIME-TV.